Easter's coming, bringing a treat, a Cadbury favorite, something.
Here are 15 forgotten 1970s Easter traditions every family cherished, featuring handmade decorations, egg hunts, delicious treats, and festive parades. Easter corsages. In the 1970s, a special tradition was for men to buy fresh flower corsages for the important women in their lives. These corsages were given to mothers, wives, and partners as a simple token of love and care during Easter. After church services, families would gather and men would proudly pin these floral arrangements on the women. The corsages were made using seasonal blooms, such as lilies, roses, and daisies. Flowers have long symbolized spring and new beginnings, making them a natural choice for this holiday. The act was both a way to show respect and a chance to display one's personal style. Men took great care in selecting the best flowers and arranging them neatly. This simple custom brightened the day and strengthened family bonds, adding a touch of beauty to the Easter celebration. Many families also worked on other homemade decorations, keeping the festive spirit alive throughout the day. While Easter corsages celebrated love, homemade decorations showed family creativity. Next, let's see how simple items became festive art right now. Homemade Easter decorations. Many families made their own Easter decorations at home during the 1970s. They used everyday items to create festive ornaments that brought a personal touch to the holiday. One popular project was turning empty bleach bottles into bunny figures. Families would cut a small hole in the bottle's belly and fill it with green Easter grass and small eggs. This clever idea transformed a simple household item into a fun decoration. Children and parents often worked together on these projects. They gathered supplies like paper, fabric, and even old bottle caps to add extra details. The process was simple and fun, making it a group activity that brought everyone closer. These homemade creations filled the home with color and charm, reflecting the joy of spring and the spirit of Easter. Such projects help create lasting memories while celebrating a season of renewal and family togetherness. So that's how creative homemade decorations brought families together. But can you believe egg rolling became a favorite outdoor adventure? Egg rolling. Egg rolling was a favorite family activity after church services in the 1970s. Families would head out to nearby grassy hills and gentle slopes to play this game. Hard-boiled eggs, often dyed in bright, cheerful colors, were rolled down the hills. Children and adults took turns, laughing as the eggs tumbled along the soft grass. The simple act of egg rolling held a special meaning. It symbolized the stone being moved from Jesus' tomb, marking a hopeful new beginning for many. Local parks and small hills near community centers were common meeting spots. In neighborhoods and rural areas alike, friends and family spent the afternoon outside, enjoying warm weather and scenic views. The sound of laughter and the sight of rolling eggs added charm to the day. Neighbors often gathered together, making the event a small community celebration. This playful pastime was a cherished way to celebrate Easter and set the tone for the day's festivities. Are you ready to witness a clever new method that transformed egg decoration forever this season? Stay tuned to the end for the final reveal. Easter parades with elaborate bonnets. Easter parades were a major highlight in the 1970s. People took great care in choosing their best outfits and the most elaborate bonnets. Families spent time in local shops and at home, picking the perfect hat. The New York City Easter Parade was especially famous. Participants walked along Fifth Avenue in fine clothes, with bright dresses and carefully decorated hats. The parade was not only a way to celebrate Easter, but also an opportunity for neighbors to share in the joy of spring. The parade became a chance for people to show their style and creativity. Crowds lined the streets to watch as groups strolled in unison. Many people took photos to remember the day, and local businesses often joined in with festive displays. This public event brought communities together in a lively, fun atmosphere. Can you picture how sweet treats, Brock's candies, filled baskets and delighted children? Brock's Easter candies. In the 1970s, Brock's was a popular brand known for its special Easter treats. They offered a range of candies with a clear Easter theme. For example, many children enjoyed chocolate-covered marshmallow eggs, and small jelly bird eggs. These candies were packaged in bright, festive boxes that fit perfectly into Easter baskets. Families often purchased them for holiday celebrations. Kids would finish their treats quickly on Easter Day, making them a much-anticipated part of the festivities. Brock's candies were a common sight in stores during this era. The treats were known for their soft texture and sweet taste. In shops, the displays featured colorful signs and cheerful images that captured the holiday spirit. Many family members recall the joy of adding these candies to their Easter baskets. These candies helped make the day sweeter and added a festive touch to the season. Next, families also enjoyed a savory dish that balanced the sweetness of these treats. Brock's candies filled Easter baskets with delight, while a savory dish like quiche Lorraine offered a hearty balance to sweet treats. Quiche Lorraine. Quiche Lorraine was a popular savory dish at Easter brunch in many 1970 households. This tart was a favorite part of the holiday menu. It was filled with a mix of eggs, cream, and bacon, with some recipes also including cheese. Families would prepare it at home for a hearty meal after church services. The dish was baked until the filling was set and the crust turned a warm golden brown. It was typically served with a light salad or fresh fruit on the side. Many families have their own cherished recipes passed down over the years. Quiche Lorraine provided a welcome balance to the sweet treats of Easter. Both children and adults enjoyed its rich, creamy flavor. It often stood as a centerpiece at brunch gatherings, symbolizing the comfort of family time during the holiday season. Its delightful taste and hearty nature brought everyone together around the table. Moving towards the next tradition from the 1970s. Decorative sugar eggs. In the 1970s, decorative sugar eggs were a cherished part of Easter celebrations. These delicate eggs were made by heating sugar until it formed a hard, hollow shell. Skilled hands would shape each egg and then fill it with tiny edible seams. Families often worked together on this craft, using bright, cheerful colors to create small pictures inside the eggs. The process was simple yet creative. Once completed, these sugar eggs were placed in Easter baskets, serving both as tasty treats and as festive ornaments. Their shiny surfaces and intricate designs brought a unique sparkle to holiday displays. Children eagerly looked forward to receiving these edible treasures, while adults admired the fine details. This craft became a popular family activity that added a sweet touch to the season and helped bond relatives through shared creative efforts. The decoration of sugar eggs added charm and color to the day. Decorative sugar eggs added a sweet sparkle to Easter baskets, while molded gelatin salads brightened tables with colors and shapes. Molded gelatin salads. In many 1970s households, molded gelatin salads were a common sight on Easter dinner tables. These salads were made by mixing flavored gelatin with small pieces of fruit or vegetables, and then setting the mixture in decorative molds. Families chose molds in shapes like eggs or flowers. The finished salads displayed bright colors and festive designs. They added a cheerful look to the meal and were enjoyed by both children and adults. The process was simple. Prepare the gelatin, stir in fruits like grapes, pineapples, or berries, and pour the mix into the molds. Once set, the salads were unmolded and served cold. This dish was both a visual treat and a delicious part of the meal. Many families had special molds passed down through generations, making the tradition even more special. The gelatin salads brought a creative touch to the table and added fun to the festive spread. Do you recall egg hunts that made yards an adventurous playground today? Egg hunts with real eggs. In the 1970s, Easter egg hunts were a favorite outdoor activity for many families. Real hard-boiled eggs were used long before plastic ones became common. Families would cook eggs and dye them with natural colors from plant extracts or special dyes. Early on Easter morning, parents hid the eggs in gardens, parks, and even in the family yard. Children searched eagerly among bushes and under trees. The activity was full of excitement and fun. The hidden eggs also carry a symbolic meaning, representing new life and renewal. In many homes, a dozen or more eggs were hidden around the yard. and small prizes sometimes accompanied them. The hunt encouraged kids to enjoy the fresh air and work as a team with siblings. Laughter and joyful shouts filled the air during these hunts. Easter egg hunts filled mornings with laughter and discovery, while hot cross buns brought a sweet, spiced warmth to brunches. Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns were a must-have treat during Easter in the 1970s. These spiced sweet buns always featured a small cross on top, which reminded people of the season's meaning. The recipe typically included eggs, cream, spices, and currants. Some recipes even added a touch of citrus zest for extra flavor. Baked fresh and served warm, the buns were enjoyed on Good Friday or Easter Sunday. They had a soft, moist, and a light glaze that made them very appealing. Families often shared a batch during a fest brunch, sometimes cutting the bun into small pieces to serve with tea or coffee. The tradition of hot cross buns has deep roots and was an important part of religious celebrations. They balanced the sweet treats with a hearty option. The comforting aroma and inviting look of these buns made them a central dish at many Easter tables, adding warmth to the festive meal. Hot cross buns delighted taste buds. Up next, let's see how Easter tree decorations brought natural beauty and charm into homes. Easter tree decorations. In the 1970s, many families enjoyed a charming custom of creating an Easter tree using simple branches. They gathered a few sturdy branches and placed them in a clear vase. Once set, the branches were adorned with small, hand-decorated eggs and ribbons. Families painted the eggs in bright colors with simple designs and patterns. Pastel ribbons were tied around the branches, and small ornaments or artificial flowers sometimes added extra flair. This activity brought a touch of nature indoors and celebrated the arrival of spring. The final look was a festive centerpiece for the living room or dining area. The color schemes were usually soft yellows, light blues, and gentle pinks that matched the season's vibe. Working together on the project allowed parents and children to share ideas and creativity. The decoration process was fun and simple. Easter tree decorations turned simple branches into festive centerpieces, while basket hunts made mornings exciting. Enjoy a search for treasures. Easter basket hunts. In the 1970s, Easter basket hunts were a delightful tradition that added extra excitement to the morning. Instead of simply handing out baskets, parents hid them in various spots around the house and yard. On Easter morning, children would search every room, garden, and corner with great energy and smiles. Families typically hid 6 to 8 baskets per home. The baskets were small, colorful, and perfect for holding eggs, candies, or little toys. This game turned the morning into a lively and interactive event. Kids ran around with joy, and sometimes siblings teamed up to help one another. The hunt brought everyone together and made the day feel even more special. The excitement of searching and finding hidden treasures added a sense of adventure to the celebration. Now, can you think of how homemade chocolate nests combined craft with treats? Homemade chocolate nests. In the 1970s, many families made edible chocolate nests at home as a fun holiday project. Parents and children would gather simple ingredients like chow mein noodles or cornflakes. They melted good quality chocolate in a pan over low heat. Once the chocolate was smooth, they mixed in the noodles or cornflakes until they were well coated. Next, they pressed the mixture into a small bowl to shape a nest. After the nest was set, it was filled with jelly beans or small chocolate eggs. These nests looked attractive with a glossy dark finish and bright candies inside. The process combined cooking with crafting and brought the family together. It was both a treat to eat and a beautiful decoration for Easter baskets. Families loved to add a personal touch by choosing their favorite flavors and mixing in extra nuts or dried fruit. This creative activity turned a simple dessert into a memorable part of the holiday celebration. Chocolate nests brightened baskets, while family portraits preserved cherished moments. Time to feel art uniting vivid memory with timeless tradition. Easter Sunday family portraits. Easter Sunday family portraits were a key part of holiday celebrations in the 1970s. After church services, families dressed in their best clothes to take formal photos. Many went to local photography studios or set up a makeshift photo area at home. Some families chose the front porch, while others preferred a local park with bright spring light. These portraits captured the spirit and style of the season. The photos often featured matching outfits and a careful display of new festive attire. Many households printed several copies to share with relatives or frame as keepsakes. The portraits serve as a record for the family's history, showing how people dressed and celebrated during Easter. For many, this tradition was a way to mark a special day and keep memories alive. The care taken in these pictures made them a cherished part of the holiday. With family portraits capturing history, now let's discuss the final tradition in our list: Easter egg shrink wraps. In the 1970s, many families discovered a new way to decorate Easter eggs with shrink wraps. Instead of using messy dies, decorative plastic sleeves were heated until they shrank perfectly around hard-boiled eggs. The process was simple and fun. A small plastic sleeve, printed with vibrant designs, was placed over the egg. Then, gentle heat was applied until the wrap fit snugly. These sleeves came in many patterns, from geometric shapes to floral designs, and sometimes featured bright colors that matched the season. This method offered a cleaner alternative to traditional dyeing and made it easier to create detailed, even designs. Many families enjoyed this new technique and used the decorated eggs as special treats in their Easter baskets. The smooth finish and sharp details of the shrink wrap gave the eggs a polished look. Kids admired the creative designs, and it quickly became a popular craft at home. It brightened every Easter. Thank you for watching these beloved 1970s Easter traditions. Please subscribe for more videos like these and share your memories in the comments.